This video is overdue, and it's hard to talk about these Malazan books succinctly. And this one of the worst. Not the worst books. So hard to cover. There's just so much that happens. Hi, I'm Jim, the father of this father-son show, Fantasy for the Ages, where Zach and I talk about fantasy, science fiction, and other nerdy things we enjoy. Today, just Jim here, I'm bringing a spoiler-light reaction to Reaper's Gale, Book 7 of Malazan Book of the Fallen. So, if you haven't read this yet, I'm not going to ruin the story for you. If you have read it, well, you'll know what I'm talking about at some deeper levels than I will cover here today. Eventually, I'll come back with a full spoil review, I think, but I'm not there yet. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, and we hope you subscribe if you're not one of our many subscribers already. So, I have to admit, to cover Reaper's Gale, I'm feeling a little bit of intimidation. There's just so much here. It's daunting to talk about. Dang. Thinking about doing a full review of this book, that's going to take me a while, and I don't know how long that episode will run, but I'm going to try to keep this one tight and not too long. My first reaction to Reaper's Gale. Wow. Yes, this was once again my favorite book of Malazan Book of the Fallen. Each book I read takes me to another level. This was tremendous. The story brings together numerous plot lines, being a direct follow-up from the events of Book 6, The Bone Hunters. And we're talking some really big events here, which also means some really big deaths. I mean, the series has changed massively as a result of the end of this book. And yet, I sense the biggest stakes involved still seem to be partly hidden in Malazan Book of the Fallen. I still have the feeling that despite seeing world-warping happenings in this book, it's all window dressing on the main attraction. The big event still to come, which is hazy out there as yet. I want to know more. So of course I'm going to keep reading. The primary action of Reaper's Gale is in and around the Lethery Empire. We came to learn of this empire first in Midnight Tides, led by its mad, everlasting emperor, Rulad Sengar. And in the Bone Hunters, we saw Rulad has sent people out in all directions from Lether to bring back champions for him to face in battle, creating a sort of gladiator-type competition for the entertainment of the masses. In this book, that all comes home, with many new champions gathered, including two of considerable ability, ones we definitely favor, such as our favorite Toblakai warrior, Karsa Orlong, and the mysterious half-jag, therefore the nickname, Ikarium, who's got that memory thing going on and apparently has some deep rage that can come out and do some pretty scary things. As a result, this book does give us the completion of Rulad Sengar's storyline. Though I won't tell you what that is, being spoiler-light, but it's pretty awesome. In fact, we get the completion of the storyline of all of the Sengar brothers in this book. Stories that began in Midnight Tides, and in the case of Troll Sengar, actually began further back in House of Chains. To see where it ends up from where it began was amazing. Quite a satisfying read, though not necessarily completions that we were hoping for, though I suppose that does depend on one's perspective. Also moving significantly forward are the storylines of Hedge, the dead bridge burner, ascended bridge burner, it's complicated, Quick Ben, the Bedict brothers, Feather Witch and Udinaeus, and the Azath. For that last one, that was really something. And I didn't quite see it coming, though I can see where it came from and how it made sense. And in the midst of all of this, we get 3 other key storylines, 2 of them completely new here in this book as far as I could discern. The new ones involve the Sheikh and the All, so 2 different groups of people. And the All in particular brings some additional richness to this story that was really good to read, fun to read, exciting to read. It also brings back sadness, particularly that All storyline, because we get back a great character from a previous books, only to lose him again. You know who I mean if you've read this. It's like, oh, dang it, really? And finally, we get a storyline related to the Tisti Andi and the Tisti Adur, rooted way back in their beginnings, and those from whom they've descended, with key ascended beings finally having it out, with dire results. And I haven't even talked about the invasion of Adjunct Tavor's Malazan army. There's so much involved with that. Wow. You're going to have to wait for my full review for me to spend any time talking about that. There's just too much there. The playing field looks significantly different as this book comes to a conclusion. In general, different for the good, I think. But time will tell. I'll be starting the next book, Book 8, Toll the Hounds, pretty soon. Again, if you enjoyed this episode, let me know. Hit that like, subscribe, and put comments down in the comment box. Many of you always do. I look forward to reading them and responding. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you next time.